private label was generally the opening price point. It was sold based on price, and it was the cheap entry point into the market. That's changed radically now. The other aspect that I looked at that was a massive, massive driver was developing private label. And if you look around the world, private label is very significant in some places. You go in the UK, you go into a Tesco, Sainsbury, over half of what they sell is their own brand. Go into a Marks and Spencer, it's almost everything. Okay, so here in the US, private label has lagged in terms of development. The last few years, it's really taken off. And back when I first got into the business, this is back like in the Reagan administration, so this is a long time ago. Private label was generally the opening price point. It was sold based on price, and it was the cheap entry point into the market. Okay, that's
changed.
That's changed radically now. You'll find private label at all different price points. You can find private label Barolo and champagne and all kinds
I've heard Costco has nice 18-year whiskey, which is like hot cakes, right? As well.
So I mean, Costco's vodka that's been a rock star for years. So there's plenty of examples out there where it works. And now there's a lot of companies that are set up specifically to create private label.
How did you, turn Yellowtail to a private label, let's say, which was more profit contribution?
Okay, so if you had something like Yellowtail, okay, that was a big driver and it was like a commodity type of item. If you created a comparable product, comparable price point, that wine is actually spec'd out based on Yellowtail.
Correct.
So what I would do is, let's say it's Yellowtail Chardonnay, I'm going to vet out a number of potential business partners. These are wineries that can have the ability to produce that type of wine in the volumes that are needed, and they provide cost stability.
Got it.
The worst thing you want to do is get behind something and push it, and all of a sudden next year your COGS go up 20% and you're not competitive. So there was a vetting process that played out. And then once you've determined that you have that specific item that can compete against something like Yellowtail, then there was a package design. Okay, that package design would generally be a few different concepts. You take a focus group, you run it by these people and say, what's your reaction to this? So you're getting some sort of feedback that's real. And so, if you had an item, let's say the bulk of the business was a 25 to 40-year-old female shopper, that's what you'd want in your focus group as well. So you're trying to get some data that's relevant so you can make the change from that hard brand to your soft brand or a private label.
And in the store placements, tactics, what did you use? Like you just put that particular private label next to Yellowtail and hoped for the best, and also the store staff were hand selling, or what were the tactics behind pushing that alternative?
So lots of tactics on this. One is it would be positioned on the shelf next to it with some sort of shelf talker or some sort of call out that would help bring attention to it. You can get a third party review, some sort of review that's good. That always helps. It may be something that you're running on promotion on a regular cadence. It has a spot on an end cap, floor stacks, that sort of thing. If you're into using, in-store tasting events, you really feature those items. You play them up like you own them, which you do. And, they need the full brand building exercise. So, you think of marketing, what's the P's? What is it? Product placement, promotion,
packaging, and all that.
Yeah. So, it's not rocket science, but you tick all those boxes, and then you position yourself in a way where odds are you're going to have success because you've done your due diligence.